Hi everyone, I'm Amanda and welcome back to my channel. It's 8 a.m. in the morning and I have decided to come to the garden and try to deal with the tomato patch. There are tomatoes here that are diseased because of the heavy rains, and I have decided to come and just prune them and maybe take some of the plants out. I have got two tomato varieties in my garden. It's the round tomato and the gem tomatoes. And what I have learned with these two varieties is that the gem tomato is very resilient and it can also withstand heavy rains. I will show you the two plants. The round tomatoes, they got disease due to the heavy rains. I remember when I bought these seedlings in the nursery, the lady there did tell me that the round tomatoes don't do well when they are exposed to a lot of water, but the gem tomatoes are resilient. So if you are in a place or a climate where you get heavy rains during summer, I would recommend the gem tomatoes as the best variety to plant, because the round tomatoes don't want a lot of water. Or rather, if you plant the round tomatoes, it's better to plant them in a greenhouse or a sheltered area where you can control the amount of water that they get. I also have a third variety that I planted, which is the San Marzano. It's still in the process of growing and starting to flower now, so I haven't really experienced how it is when it's exposed to a lot of water. Also, it's our summer is also coming to an end. This is the last month of summer, so by the time these San Marzano tomatoes reach maturity, we wouldn't be having a lot of rains already, because already as it is, the rains have started coming down. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys, that for me, what I've discovered here, the gem tomatoes are very resilient to a lot of rainfall. But the round tomatoes, they don't do well with heavy rainfall because they just get diseased like mine have. This is my San Marzano variety that I have planted, and it's starting to flower. As you can see here, starting to flower. I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plants. I had 6 altogether, but the other one was cut off by the hail. The other ones are surviving and growing back. I need to take care of this bed. I need to remove the weeds here and just plant the peppers here on this space between these two tomato plants. Those are my basil plants, and they are doing pretty good. They are doing pretty good. I have a fourth one um, that in my seedling tray that I need to transplant, and I might probably just transplant here and then put 2 pepper plants here. So this is the San Marzano variety. I will update you guys about it as and when it starts to fruit, and tell you how it is with the climate that we have here. But as I have said, the rains are already starting to drop, the rainfall, the amount of rain that we are getting. And this is my round tomatoes. These are the plants are really bad. I've got some beautiful tomatoes there that survived, so I'm going to harvest those, and I'm going to prune all the leaves here. And also, as you can see, this is how the tomatoes are getting. They are rotting. They are rotting. By the looks of things, I might have to just pull some of the plants out altogether. So yeah, let's get to it. Got this pruner here that is going to help me with pruning my tomato plants. This is how it looks when you open it, and it's quite sharp. So yeah, we're going to use that to prune the plants. So I have this bowl here where I will put the tomatoes that I harvest today. I'm going to leave these healthy tomatoes that I see here. I'm just going to prune the dead leaves and the stalks, and I can also see that there are some flowers that are popping, but I don't think they will be healthy because the plant is not healthy. This side looks a bit healthy, so I'm going to leave these flowers and see how far they go. There. all of these bad. This is how this one plant looks right now. The ones that look a bit healthy, I'm just going to leave and see how far they grow. And yeah, I've removed most of the dead leaves, and I've left the tomatoes that look healthy, like these ones. I'll see if they'll survive and grow to their full potential. And we also have these small ones that are growing here, so we'll see how it goes. And I can see that we have two tomatoes, or yeah, that are ready for harvesting. This one is not quite ready, but I think I'm going to pick it because yeah, it's got this black spot here, so I don't know. I'll put it on my counter and see if it will ripen and not rot. If it rots, obviously I'll throw it away. And yeah, we're just going to harvest these two. They are big ones. Wow, big ones. Let me put it down here and take the other one. This one side is rotten, so I don't know. I'll see. Maybe I'll just throw it away, or just cut the bad side and throw it away and use the good side. Let's put them here. Moving on to the next plant. This one is really, really bad, so I'm definitely going to be cutting most of this. Really, really bad. Oops, that was a good one, but no, I couldn't save it. And this one as well. That's what happens. These ones are all bad. Only these two were good. Three, actually. But yeah, nothing I can do. Pruning these plants, if you will notice, I am leaving the branches that are still producing flowers and new leaves. If you look at these flowers, I've cut down all the dead branches, but the ones that are producing flowers, I left them, even though I can see that there's some browning here. But because I can see that flowers are still growing, I am leaving those. I will monitor as and when the flowers start to produce fruit, to see if the fruit is in a good condition or not. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fourth plant, and it's really bad. Look at the fruit here. The fruit is really bad. The fruit is really bad on this plant. But yeah, I think I'm going to cut most of this plant. But there are also some very healthy branches here that are producing very healthy leaves, so I'm going to leave those, and I'm only cutting the dead ones. And these, I don't know what they call them, the suckers or whatever, these ones that are just coming on out on the side and they are not producing anything. So I'm cutting all those ones off and just leaving the ones that are producing flowers and new leaves. Look at all this fruit. Bad, bad, bad. And it's so big. You can notice that as I cut this foliage that's on the sides, that's dead. And the one that is not producing any flowers, the tree becomes thinner and thinner, and you can actually see it clearly. You can actually see what's on the tree. Notice as well that where I cut off the foliage that doesn't produce any fruit, there are leaves that are coming here on the side. They will become branches which will eventually produce flowers. Look at how big this tomato is. But unfortunately, it's one of the damaged ones, and we can't save it. We can't save it. I've also pruned this side, the gem tomatoes, and I'm going to finish pruning that side. And look at this. You can even see my celery now. You can even see my celery. This is all the foliage, the dead foliage, and the ruined fruits that came out of these trees. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. I still have this side to prune, this side, and then I'm done. And then I'll have to harvest some of the tomatoes that are already ready here. This is how everything is looking at the moment. The plants are thin, and you can see the ground and the other plants that are there. The garden is clean now, and this is how much tomatoes I managed to harvest today. Quite a lot, considering that I harvest almost every second or third day. But also there's a few left now. There's a few left now in the garden. We'll see how these ones do. We'll see how these round tomatoes do. We lost a lot of fruit. We lost a lot of fruit, but we also have some fruit left that we can still harvest if it survives. If the fruit survives, then we can harvest, and we harvested quite a lot of the gem tomatoes, so I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I would have loved to harvest a lot more of the round tomatoes though, because they are one of the big tomatoes that I'm growing here. But yeah, we'll see, because we still have flowers. Maybe they'll still give us more fruit, and hopefully we're going to have healthy fruit from now on. Whew, my face is all wet. I'm covered in sweat. Yeah, but it was a productive day. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me today. I hope you learned a thing or two about planting tomatoes. I'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye for now.